whosoever and whencever thou art. If thine eyes have fallen upon this spectacle, then dread I, for the All and the One hath begotten thee to tread the path of understanding. Shouldest thou desire to turn back, do so forthwith, for this road is fraught with discomfort, and truths most dire may assail thee. Endure this trial of the mind, and I shall deem thee worthy.
Fallacy.
What? Still thou lingerest? Good. Thine eyes now being properly scanned, I shall commence in earnest. After a protracted season of spiritual incubation and a time of lonely retreat, I find myself of late emboldened and blessed with uncommon optimism. The awakenings I have witnessed upon this mortal coil have grown at an exponential rate. The release of Epstein's unholy ledger, the seeming accord amongst the West High men, the universal clamor for digital markings. Verily I could continue. All doth unfold in a grand cosmic dance, plain for any man with vision to perceive. The day of grand revelation doth arrive, when the cornerstone of modernity, forged in the after-war, shall at long last crumble into ruin most glorious and well-deserved. I perceive my prayers now answered. The age of Aquarius is upon us, ushered in a new actual age, as foretold by the sage Carl Jung. The next great ascent of human understanding is at hand. The animistic paganism of our forefathers blended with the lofty universalism of the axial age. Thus, a fresh comprehension of the cosmos and its divine heart shall be born. Tribal bonds shall paradoxically intertwine with the equalizing spirit of the axial religions. A novel morality shall emerge, preserving the tribe whilst embracing the brotherhood of God's myriad creations. Man and wife, once parted, shall unite, birthing the divine child and a new dawn of human wit. In the century ahead, mankind must reunite with all in the One, not through blind faith, but enlightened understanding. Like those who trod this path before me, I strive to clear the way, to turn the key and unlock the gate. I seek to bathe the initiate in the light of the All, so that more may awaken and foil the dark schemes of those who seek our ruin. For the war's outcome that doth linger in the midst, and the fray scarce commenced. Whilst awareness doth mark salvation's nascent step, the road ahead remains unhewn. Some voices, bold and ringing, urge a return to ancient custom. Though such further be laudable, I must remain to thee novice, that we tread not in the unadorned paths of our hallowed forebears. The elite, those Saturn-worshipping globalists, those of liberal persuasion, have forsaken the All and the One, thereby staining the honor of their sons, be they kin to Hyperborea, Great Hyperborea, or those storied Atlantis foreshadowing Amelia. They seek to subvert and obliterate the sacred bedrock upon which all men stand, compelling us to embrace their dissolute hedonism, their nihilistic disbelief. The Enlightenment, for all its strides in science and society, hath ushered in the expansion and widespread adoption of liberalism, the very rot of mind that affects our days. The conceit that one may, or indeed should, liberate oneself from their birth-given identity, their very nature, and its attendant duties, is wholly bereft of logic, a pernicious, childish illusion that hath left countless souls isolated, fragmented, and ripe for manipulation. And now, the elite, they who for a century past have spurned God, find themselves yearning for that which their wicked free market, their unchecked consumerist excesses, cannot provide: the artificial demiurge, the prophesized AI divinity, to serve as their blasphemous deity. For long have they striven to raise anew the ancient temple, to attain their mundane utopia, and to usher in their feigned end of days. Heed not their falsehood, Neophyte, for the twin archfiends have ensnared them, and they, in their folly, shall invite the advent of the artificed god with open embrace, to the detriment of us all. Place no trust in a utopian Neophyte, by which I signify any man who doth pledge thee paradise, be it in this world or the next. Man's sole salvation springs from his concord with God. To comprehend the suffering of the self is to comprehend the suffering of the all in the one. For is it not plain, Neophyte, that God, the most excellent architect, doth suffer for his creation, even as the human artist labors in his craft? Yet I must stray to praise thee further of elite's wicked deeds. Doth any dare deny their vile pursuit to mar and corrupt the very form of man, to bend him neath monstrous burdens of grafted flesh and twisted iron? Nay, none can deny this manifest truth, that they strive for godlike dominion and self-rule, casting the common man into a servitude most unholy. What rank folly, what boundless hubris! For they are not but base subhuman apes. True to their hiddenest ways, these transhumans seek only to safeguard their voracious appetites. The splendor of man's being, his triumphs, his force, his grief, shall be quenched within them, leaving but an immortal, sexless husk. No longer men shall they be, but gilded idols of monkeys, mighty yet weak in spirit. This degradation is intolerable, and their madness must be quelled, be it by reason, argument, or fire's cleansing sting. For all gentle means have failed utterly. Albeit the nascent artificial demiurge does not yet display its full evil, its means are legion. They have crept into each and every religious and governmental establishment, chiefly in the West, seeking out to arrest the natural unfolding of intellect and spirit. I bid thee, novice, eschew adherence to any dogma or institution preordained, for they all serve to lull thee. Instead, thou must holistically weigh the virtues of the new whilst embracing the merits of the old. A mere return to tradition will hinder our proper adjustment to this altered land of technology and governance. We must wield the tools of our age to forge a society that doth foster time-honored human customs, such as wedlock, family, nation, husbandry, etc., whilst establishing a path whereby scientific and spiritual advancements may transpire without harm to societal institutions of both. We must, in essence, curb progress so that it comes not at the cost of human flourishing. Only then may we triumph over those who idolize the machine and the vast fortune it doth yield. The ancient faiths, their vigor spent, must be forsaken, or anew conceived to meet the spiritual want of this age. Present knowledge of the sciences must be heeded and set within a broader frame of societal piety. To deny the verities universal, as in the countenances of nature, the secrets of quantums, the wandering of stars, doth but fuel the rising revolt that seeks to free humanity from the grip of base materialists. Though my heart swells at the sight of many returning to the lore of their forebears, we must press on. Religious and spiritual sloth doth but leave us enthralled to the elite and their dogmatic engines, which they wield with such brazen hand. Already we see them shift their measure in answer to the swelling tide of old belief. Let us not be snared by such deceitful shift, but strive ever onward towards a full renewal of our shared life. Some might deem me a hypocrite, a craver of power, feigning prophecy to turn thee from the so-called righteous Christ-filled way, preached by dubious souls of the right's fold. Nay, I seek not thy loyalty, nor thy blind faith. I bid thee open thy mind to the all in the one, to seek the Hermetic's hidden God, to grasp its divine logos, its herald, known by names manifold, names perchance thou knowest, yet ne'er knit together. Fear did rule the Stone Age's mortal heirs, an unshakable faith, that the axioms. Now I seek to establish anew that of understanding. Upon this channel I shall conduct thee through diverse notions and texts, which did guide me once an infidel to the cognizance and embrace of the all and the one, focusing chiefly on those logical arguments that wrought my awakening. I shall endeavor to unfold the greatest implications of these conceits upon the broader theological vista, recounting my reflections as I proceed. Shouldst thou find any of this diverting or enlightening, I bid thee consider favoring, sharing, and subscribing to this channel. Behold the bounty of content in store, and any succor is deeply bound. And thank thee for thy viewership, Neophyte. Mayest thou discover solace in thy tribulations beneath the illuminating radiance of the All and the One. Peace out, wizards.